Thank you so much for joining me today and taking the time to do this.
Yeah, I'm Jordan Yaney. I'm the Public Relations Director for NDOT's East Central District.
And you're overseeing the road construction project that's coming to US 27 in Fountain City?
So I'm the Public Relations Director for the entire East Central District, so I handle the communications and the public messaging for all of our projects.
Okay. So just start by telling me about this project and what that work will include on US 27.
Sure, yeah. So we are going to be doing some paving and some curb and sidewalk work and some gutter work along US 27 in Fountain City. It's long overdue. It's time for new pavement through there. It's time for new curb and gutter through there. So this is something that we're excited to be able to do. It is still early on, but we wanted to get the message out there early because we know that US 27 is kind of the heart of Fountain City. It's that main artery through town. So we just wanted to let people know well in advance of the work that this was coming so that they would be prepared.
I wanted to ask why this was an area of focus, and is it because it's the heart of that town that you really want to focus on ramping things up a little bit?
Yeah, so with NDOT, we only work on interstates, state highways, and US highways. So this is the only one through Fountain City that's under our management. But it's time for new pavement there, and it's definitely time for new curb and gutter. If you drive through 27, it's kind of this like pinned down curb that almost looks like those parking strips that you would see in a parking lot. It's not actual curb and gutter, and this is something that they've been asking for a while. And we waited just a little bit so that we could line it up with new pavement as well, so that we can get all of this done, kind of minimize that impact to the town because we know that this is the main road through there, right? So any kind of work or construction is going to be a headache. So we wanted to get the word out there quickly, and it's time for new pavement, and it's just time to get this work done.
How will NDOT prepare to handle traffic impacts during construction?
Yeah, so this is actually a really fortunate situation with 27. And I say that because the lanes are naturally pretty wide as they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift traffic so that north and southbound traffic for the majority of the project will remain open and the lanes will be a little bit narrower, but we'll be able to work off to the side and not have to close it down. So we view that as a huge pro because we know how much of a headache it is when a road is closed, especially for several months, because this project will take several months to complete. So we're excited that we're able to keep that open and operational for people. Now, I will say we don't have an exact construction schedule just yet. We do know work will be happening in 2026, but just like all of our projects, when we award them to a contractor, we have a pre-construction meeting, and that's when we really hammer down, okay, when is the work going to start? How long is this going to take? We do anticipate that work will be in 2026, but you might be seeing some things out there now. We've had some utility poles moved so that they're out of the way of the construction that we're going to be doing. We've had some trees being cleared. So if you're on 27 in Fountain City and you see some people working on utility poles or working on some trees, that's what they're doing. They're preparing for that construction next year.
I saw that the work will stretch from south of South Street to north of North Street.
How convenient is that?
So will this be done in phases?
So it's actually two projects being done at once. So the south part is that pavement, that gutter, that curb that we're talking about, some new sidewalks and driveways and some select areas to make them ADA accessible. The north side work is actually a small pipe that we're going to be working on, but since the closures are so close together, it doesn't really make sense to have half a mile of construction and then a tenth of a mile of no construction and then more construction. So we're kind of just combining that closure all into one just for the flow of traffic to make things easier.
Now, I mean, you said Milestone Paving was awarded this contract. Is there an estimated total cost for this project?
Yeah, it's about $2.5 million. And that's pretty standard when we're paving and doing the curb and the gutter and the pipe work in a stretch that's about a mile, a little bit less. That's pretty typical cost.
And will there be any public meetings held or informational meetings for people to attend?
If that's something that the public wants, we can definitely coordinate that. Right now, it's a little early to know if that's the plan because we typically do those a little bit closer to construction, just so it's fresh in people's minds. And we're not giving you information now, and then construction starts 6, 7 months from now, and you can't really remember what was said. So if that does happen, that'll be something that we'll coordinate a little bit closer to construction time.
Right. Okay. And when you announce projects like this, what's a message that you typically have for residents early on?
Please be patient with us. We are doing hard work and it takes time. It may not seem like it takes a whole lot of time to just pave a road, but there's a lot of work that has to go in, especially underground, before we can work on the surface. So just be patient with us. We are, again, really thankful that we're able to keep traffic open for the majority of the time. There may be some times when some side streets will lose access, and you'll just have to take another one to get to your destination. We know that can be a headache. We drive these roads too, and that doesn't just fly into our project areas, into our office, into our homes. We're driving these roads too. We know construction can be frustrating, so just give us some patience and also slow down in work zones. This is dangerous work that people are doing. I mean, you're standing off the side of the road as cars are going by. Maybe not in this situation as fast as an interstate, but still, it takes one distracted driver just for a little bit for something to go really wrong. So we ask for people to buckle up, put those phones down, give us some extra patience as we get this, and we promise it'll look really nice when it's all done.
If people have any more questions, who do they direct those to?
Yeah, so our NDOT for You customer service line is a 24/7 line that you can call and talk to. That number is 855 NDOT for You. Or you can go on our website, ndotforyou.com, and you can talk to a customer service representative if you have any questions, if you'd like more information on something, if you have any concerns, you can definitely give those to them there.
Is there anything else that you want to include that I might have not touched on that you want people to know?
I think the main thing is, yes, we're doing work, which is scary when you hear about that. But the fact that we're just going to shift traffic and it'll remain open, I think that's the big thing. Is it's just letting people know that yeah, we are going to be doing work, but for the majority of the time, it's really not going to impact you too much.